Hello everyone. In this session, let's solve few previous year NEET questions from the chapter Sound Waves. First question. A tuning fork is used to produce resonance in a glass tube. The length of the air column in this tube can be adjusted by a variable piston. At room temperature of 27 degrees Celsius, two successive resonances are produced at 20 centimeters and 73 centimeters of column length. If the frequency of the tuning fork is 320 Hz, the velocity of sound in air at 27 degrees Celsius is. So, two resonating lengths are given. One is 20 centimeters, another one is 73 centimeters. So, first resonance is appeared at 20 centimeters, and the second one is at 73. Since this is closed tube, only odd harmonics are present, and therefore L2 should have been 60 centimeters as it is 3 times L1. But since it is having a difference of 13 centimeters, we should consider the end correction. Because of the difference, it means indirectly we shall consider the end correction. So this length is without end correction. So what is the tuning fork frequency? So nu naught is 320 Hertz. This is given data. So at 27 degrees Celsius only, the two lengths are obtained. Therefore, there is no temperature dependence in this problem. We know that the fundamental frequency is given by nu naught equals velocity divided by wavelength, and wavelength is equal to 4 times length of the tube. So it is 4 times length of the tube L1 plus end correction E. Since frequency remains same, which is 320 Hz, for the second length, we can write velocity V, and it is third harmonics. Therefore, 3 times V divided by 4 into the length L2 plus E. So you can kill V, 4 and 4 is also cancelled. We get 3 times L1 plus 3 times E is equal to L2 plus E, or 2 times E equals L2 minus 3L1. What is L2? It is 73 minus 3L1 is 20 into 3 times is 60. So it is 13 centimeters is 2E. We want the end corrections. E equals 13 by 2, that is 6.5 centimeters. So we know value of end correction. Now we can calculate velocity of the sound substituting this E value in any one of these two equations. Let me calculate the velocity of sound at that temperature 27 degrees Celsius. So I will make use of the equation corresponding to first mode of vibration. So nu naught equals V by 4 L1 plus E, or V equals to nu naught 4 times nu naught L1 plus E, and nu naught is 320 Hertz, L1 is 20 centimeters, and end correction is 6.5 centimeters. So it is 26.5 centimeters. So let's simplify this. 4 times 25 is 100, and 1.54 times is 6. So it is 106. And this is in centimeters. We shall convert this into meters. So 10 power minus 2, or that is 320 into 1.06, and we get that to be 320. 1 times is 320 plus 6 times 32. So we get that to be 19. So it is 339 meters per second. So option C is correct. An air column closed at one end and open at the other resonates with the tuning fork when the smallest length of the column is 50 centimeters. The next larger length of the column resonating with the same tuning fork is. So It's given in the problem that the length corresponding to the fundamental frequency is 50 centimeters. They're asking what is the next larger length of the column resonating with the same tuning fork. So in a closed organ pipe, only odd harmonics are present. Therefore, the next length of the column is L1 is equal to 3 times L0. So that is, this is first harmonic, this is third harmonic. So third harmonic means 3 times fundamental frequency, so which is also related to length in this manner. So 3 times L0 is 3 times 50 centimeters, that is 150 centimeters. So option C is correct. The fundamental frequency of an open organ pipe is equal to the third harmonic of a closed organ pipe. So it's given that the fundamental frequency of an open organ pipe, I will represent that by nu naught, that is equal to third harmonic of closed organ pipe, 3 times fundamental frequency of a closed organ pipe, nu C. Length of the closed organ pipe is 20 centimeters. Then what is length of open organ pipe? L0. So we can substitute for the fundamental frequencies in open and closed organ pipe, and we can solve for these lengths. So I know that in an open organ pipe, fundamental frequency is given by velocity of the sound V divided by, in an open pipe, both the ends are open, so it is 2 times L open equals to 3 times fundamental frequency in a closed pipe is V divided by 4 times length of the air column LC. Now we shall solve for L0. So this V and V cancels, 2 and 4 2 times. So L0 is equal to 2 times LC by 3. And what is 2 times LC? 2 into 20 divided by 3, that is 40 by 3 centimeters, which is 13.2 centimeters. So option D is correct. Next question. The fundamental frequency of a closed organ pipe of length 20 centimeters is equal to the second overtone of an organ pipe open at both the ends. What is given? Length of the closed organ pipe is 20 centimeters, and the fundamental frequency of closed organ pipe is equal to second overtone. Both the ends are open for this pipe. And what is it? That is equal to second overtone of open organ pipe. So in an open pipe, second overtone means it is third harmonic, because all the harmonics are present. It can be written as 3 times nu naught. Fundamental frequency in a closed pipe is equal to 3 times fundamental frequency in an open organ pipe. The length of organ pipe open at both the ends is, what is L0. Like previous question, we can substitute for fundamental frequency in closed and open pipe. In closed pipe, it is equal to V divided by 4 times LC equal to 3 times V divided by, it's an open pipe, so 2 times L naught. Now we shall solve for L naught to 2 times. V also cancels. So we get L naught equals 3 into 2 is 6 times LC. And what is LC? The length of closed pipe is 20 centimeters. So 6 into 20 is 120 centimeters. So option C is correct. Next question. The number of possible natural oscillations of air column in a pipe closed at one end of length 85 centimeters whose frequencies lie below 1250 Hz are. So the maximum possible frequency for that air column is given. So that is 1250 Hz. Now we shall calculate the number of possible oscillations, natural oscillations, in a length of 85 centimeters. So length of the column is 85 centimeters. So how many oscillations are possible in this length 85 with a maximum frequency 1250 Hertz? That's the question. And velocity of sound is given. So what can be done? We know the formula for frequency. It is closed pipe. So only odd harmonics are present. If n is the number of natural oscillations, I can write the maximum frequency nu max equals, or the condition is this must be the maximum frequency. So all other must be less than or equal to that, which can be written as 2n plus 1 into fundamental frequency, because only odd harmonics are present. 2n plus 1 into nu naught. And in this formula, n from 0, 1, 2. So n begins from 0. So all numbers are present. So now we can substitute for fundamental frequency in a closed pipe. So we get maximum frequency. All the frequencies must be less than 1250. So let's substitute 2n plus 1. Nu naught is given by V by 4 times length of that air column. So let's solve for n. So n gives us total number of oscillations. But remember, n starts with 0. So what is the maximum frequency? It is 1250 equal to 2n plus 1 into what is V? V is given to be 340, and 4 times length must be in meters, so 0.85. So this 0 and 0 cancels. So we have 125 greater than or equal to 2n plus 1 into 34 divided by 0.85 into 4 is 3.4. So 3.4 once 10 times. So what I get is 2n plus 1 less than or equal to 125 by 10. It is less than or equal to 12.5. That is 2n plus 1. Or 2n less than or equal to 11.5, or n is less than or equal to 11.5 by 2 is equal to 5.75. So n must be an integer. So here you have 5. Therefore, there can be frequencies which are multiples of fundamental frequency from 0 to n is equal to 5. So n can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It can't exceed 5. That is the maximum value. Therefore, 6 natural oscillations are present in this length with the maximum frequency 1250 Hertz. Next question. If we study the vibration of a pipe open at both the ends, then the following statement is not true. Open end will be antinode. Odd harmonics of the fundamental frequency will be generated. All harmonics of the fundamental frequency will be generated, and pressure change will be maximum at both ends. So what is given? It's an open pipe. Pipe is open at both ends. Now what happens as a result? Antinodes are formed at these two open ends. So open end will be an antinode. So option A is correct. It's the correct statement. They're asking for the wrong statement, which is not true. Let's go to the second one. Odd harmonics of the fundamental frequency will be generated. We know that in open pipe, all harmonics are present. And they are not saying just odd harmonics are generated. So odd harmonics are generated. Yes, it is true. odd harmonics are present. All harmonics of the fundamental frequency will be generated. Yes, that is also true. In an open pipe, it is n times nu naught. Any higher frequency equals to. So option C is also true. But look at the last one. Pressure change will be maximum at both the ends. So at these two ends, it is open to the atmosphere. Therefore, we find zero pressure change, and pressure change is maximum at antinode. Therefore, option D is not true. So correct option is option D. Next. A train is moving at a speed of 220 meters per second towards a stationary object, emits a sound of frequency 1000 hertz. So the frequency emitted is 1000 hertz, and the source is moving with the speed 220 meters per second. And observer is stationary. Velocity of observer is 0. Some of the sound reaching the object gets reflected back to the train as echo. So what happens? The sound generated from this moving train will hit the object and gets rebound, and it is received by the train as an echo. The frequency of the echo as detected by the driver of the train is. So what is the frequency of the reflected sound heard by the loco pilot? That is the question. Given velocity of sound in air is 330 meters per second. For him, there is an apparent source of sound which is producing sound, and the sound is reaching the loco pilot. We have general formula for apparent frequency as nu prime equals to nu into velocity of sound. For this case, it will be v plus velocity of observer divided by v minus velocity of source. But in this case, what's happening? Even though observer is at rest, for the loco pilot, it appears as if the observer is moving towards the train because the train is moving towards him. So we can write this expression as nu into v plus vs divided by v minus vs. So now substituting the values, we get nu prime to be 1000 into v is 330, and what is vs? Speed of the train. It is 220 meters per second divided by 330 minus 220. So we have 1000 into 330 plus 220 is 550 divided by 330 minus 220 is 110. This 0 cancels. 11 5 times is 55. So 5 into 1000 is 5000. So option C is correct. Next question. Two sources of sound placed close to each other are emitting progressive waves given by y1 equals to 4 sine 600 pi t and y2 equals to 5 sine 608 pi t. An observer located near these two sources of sound will hear. All the options are referring to beats heard by the person and also intensity of waxing and waning. That means maximum intensity and minimum intensity ratio we have to calculate. From the two equations given, I can write the angular frequency of first wave is 600 pi, and for the second wave it is 608 pi. Therefore, there will be 8 number of beats. The difference in these two angular frequencies is equal to number of beats. So number of beats equal to 8 hertz. So you can rule out these two options A and B as the beats are given to be 4. So 8 beats are observed in this case. So amplitude of first wave is 4 and the second wave is 5. So maximum intensity I max is proportional to square of sum of these two amplitudes. So 4 plus 5 whole squared. Whereas minimum intensity I minimum is proportional to difference between these two amplitudes and its squared. So the ratio between waxing and waning of intensity is equal to I max by I minimum, that is equal to 4 plus 5 whole squared, that is 9 squared is 81, divided by 4 minus 1 is minus 1, and its squared is 1 alone. So the ratio is 81 is to 1. So option D is correct. Next question. Sound waves travel at 350 meters per second through warm air at 3500 meters through brass. The wavelength of a 700 Hz acoustic wave as it enters brass from warm air is. So what we have to calculate is wavelength of the sound wave in the brass. First, let's note down the given data, that is velocity in air is 350 meters per second, whereas in brass it is 3500 meters per second. Now, so what happens here? The medium changes. So even though medium changes for the sound wave, its frequency will not change. Frequency remains constant. Frequency in air medium is equal to frequency in brass. Therefore, what we can write is frequency is given by velocity by wavelength in air medium lambda a, that is equal to velocity of sound in brass divided by wavelength of brass. So what they're asking is wavelength of the brass. Frequency in air is given to be 700 Hertz. So frequency remains constant. So lambda b is equal to Vb divided by velocity of sound in air into wavelength in air. We don't know what is the wavelength in air, just given that it's an acoustic wave. So we can write Vb and Va. Vb is 3500 and Va is 350. So that is 10 into lambda A. This implies the wavelength in brass medium is equal to 10 times wavelength in air medium. So wavelength increases by a factor of 10. Next question. A tuning fork of frequency 512 Hz makes 4 beats per second vibrating string of a piano. The beat frequency decreases to 2 beats per second when the tension in the piano string is slightly increased. Then the frequency of the piano string before increasing the tension was. What's given? We have a tuning fork of frequency 512 Hz. And it is producing 4 beats per second with the vibrating string of a piano. Let's assume nu naught is the frequency of the piano. And from this, that is 4 beats are heard, it must be differing by 4 Hertz from the 512 Hertz. So nu naught can be written as 512 plus 4, or nu naught is 512 minus 4. Now it's given that by increasing the tension in the piano string, the beat frequency decreases to 2 beats. Initially beat frequency was 4 Hertz, and now by increasing the tension it reduced to 2 Hertz. That means what we are doing, we are not changing this frequency of the tuning fork, but frequency of the piano string is increased, because we know that frequency of the string is proportional to its tension. So by increasing the tension, we have increased the piano frequency. Therefore, Now nu naught will increase from before. Therefore, the difference between phi 12 and the new frequency of the piano string is smaller, that is 2 beats. Since difference between them is decreased, the piano strings had the frequency earlier as nu naught equals phi naught 8. So initially the difference was phi 12 minus 4 phi naught 8. It was 4. Now by increasing the tension in that piano, this frequency phi naught 8 is increased to phi 10. So only 2 beats are produced. So option D is correct. Thank you all.